So for the last 4 months, I've been traveling across Europe, Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, Slovenia, even Monaco, all whilst working on my online business and growing it using something I call slow marketing. I've been able to serve my clients, generate leads, show up online, all whilst not having to be glued to my phone or to be posting using my laptop every single day. Now, this isn't by chance, this is by design, and it's how I have built this online one-person business. And in this video, I'm going to talk about slow marketing, how you can replicate this formula and get away from that social media grind once and for all. So it's choosing a search engine over a social platform. It's choosing to create free organic content rather than paid. And it's actually choosing to create evergreen content that shows up and compounds over time, rather than posting on socials every day and it only lasting a day or a week, if that. In this video, we're going to be covering off exactly what slow marketing is. I'm going to showcase my simple system that you can implement today in your business all around slow marketing. And then we're going to look at why it's so perfect for solopreneurs, solo creators, if you are a micro business owner, if it's just you in this season of your business. And if you stay to the very end of this video, I've got a special bonus for you that you're not going to want to miss out on. So first things first, I'm going to dive straight on over into my laptop. Okay, so here we are inside of Google and I've just typed in slow marketing. So slow marketing, let's get a definition. This is an AI overview. There are lots of articles on it that you can go away and read and enhance your understanding. But slow marketing is a deliberate long-term marketing approach focused on building deep, meaningful relationships with customers through quality, authentic, and thoughtful content rather than chasing fast results or relying on constant generic output. So for me then, this actually comes down to 4 main points. And the first one is choosing a search engine rather than choosing social feeds to put your content, to publish your content. If you are building a business with content, that is content marketing, give yourself the best chance of success by choosing a search engine like Google, like YouTube, like Pinterest, rather than social platforms. They all work. However, you just got to give the algorithm what it wants. So search engines, if you are doing any type of keyword analysis, keyword research, and creating your content around search, then I highly recommend going for a search engine like YouTube or Google. Now, the second point is whether you should create some sort of paid content or organic content. Organic is free, and paid, obviously you need to spend a bit of ad dollars behind it. My last business was an Amazon ads agency, and if Amazon raised that cost per click, you were at the mercy of that cost per click, and your business might not work if that cost per click went up 30, 40, or even 50%, as we saw during COVID. So if you can create content, marketing content for free and get traction, get exposure, then that's just free marketing. Why would you not want to do that? It is a little bit slower, as in slow marketing. You pay a little bit in time implementing that. But again, they both work. So have a think about which one is right for you. For me, in this business model, I have chosen to create organic content. Now, the third point is actually creating content that is evergreen. So wherever possible, I try and create content that can be found maybe this week, maybe next month, next year, 5 years time. You always want to create standalone content that can be evergreen. So you're delivering value in your content, or you're actually answering a specific question that people have. Sometimes I do non-evergreen content, but the more often than not, it's evergreen. Now that is opposed to content that is riding off the back of social trends. Yes, you can get massive exposure, but that piece of content is not going to serve you over time, and it's not going to be compounding for you. And like I said before, they all work, but if you are to do slow marketing, I would really encourage you to do evergreen content. And then fourthly, I try and create deep content rather than just content for noise. What I mean by that is creating content that is fully keyword research, that I understand people have a challenge with, and I'm positioning a problem as they go through my content, rather than just following what the algorithm wants on social and creating some piece of content that will pop. So they're my 4 points really that I hone in on when I'm trying to create slow marketing for my business. And I've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs, and their biggest challenge is marketing for their online business. So if I can create a system and a way that they can just follow marketing for their business, then it's a win-win. So I'm going to take you through some of the steps now for slow marketing and how I would implement this if I was starting over again in online business, or if I was coaching someone who was just starting out. Now, I would really try and get specific on who you help, who you serve, and how you help them, and to try and understand some of the keywords that you're going to want to show up for online. For example, if you had a brick and mortar store and somebody walked into your shop, you'd ask them questions to try and get an idea of what they need help with. You can't really do that online, so you've got to go and ask the public. So there is a answerthepublic.com. This is bought from Neil Patel. It's a free tool that you can use, and you can just put some of your main keywords in here. Say if you are a fitness coach or if you're a nutritionalist, you could just put some of the keywords in here and click search. What language, what platform. Now you can search Google, Instagram, Amazon, YouTube, TikTok, Bing, whatever platform you are going to focus in on. And I suggest you focus in on one to start with. So have a go at putting some of your keywords in here. So I do a lot of content on Kajabi because I've focused in on YouTube as my search function and Kajabi as my delivery mechanism. So if I was just to go Kajabi, I'm going to search on Google English, and let's just go United States and click search. This is going to give me an idea of exactly what people are searching for online. And then from this list of answers, you're going to try and create some content. Like you're going to try and identify what people are searching for in relation to what problems they have. So again, take your niche or your marketplace and put into Answer the Public for free, and then just to see what comes out. This is actually people's questions put in. I still get so shocked that people don't know their main keyword and they don't know what people are asking for in that market. So have a look and see what some of the people are putting in your marketplace. If you wanted to drill down a bit more, keywords everywhere, it's a paid version. You can install it as a Chrome extension. It's relatively cheap. And now this works with the Google and the YouTube search bar. Now you're going to get a little bit more search volume. You're going to see the demand, and you're going to see exactly what people are typing into search bars. Again, that's if you're going for search engine keyword research. So for an example of keywords everywhere, I'm going to show you on YouTube because I focus in on YouTube, and then that also shows in Google. So I focus on creating one video a week, and then I put that into a blog post, put that on my website, and then that typically gets shown either as a video or as a blog post within Google and YouTube. So here I might just type in how to, and then whatever self-populates here, you're going to see that this search engine wants to populate your search query. Now, this isn't just by chance. This is actually a bunch of search strings that people have typed into Google and or YouTube, right? But the keywords everywhere give you a little bit more fidelity in terms of monthly search volume. So how to tie a tie, 673,000 monthly searches. So if you were in how to tie a tie niche, you're going to know that there's going to be a lot of search volume for that. But if you're a chef in make pancakes, how to make pancakes, again, it will then try and complete your search. So at home without eggs, still, that's quite a niche search string, and there's still 8,100 monthly searches. So as you can see, it's really easy to get an idea of what people are searching for and just to see how big these search volumes are. So that'll give you an idea of the opportunity and or competition. So this is what I do. I do a lot of keyword research. I have a good idea of what I want to create a video on. I'm either helping people with this sort of stuff on YouTube and Google, or I'm helping them build courses and memberships out with a platform called Kajabi. So I also create a blog. So I have a video into a blog. Again, this is all part of the slow marketing. Videos are searchable, blog posts are searchable, evergreen, free, compounding over time. So people can actually go onto my website and have a look at some of my blog posts. And I also embed my video in my blog posts. And also those videos get shown in Google as well. So a few things here just to touch on the idea of this. First of all, this is Google Search Console. So this has taken me quite a long time to get a bit of traction with it. But as you can see, recently over the past sort of year or so, I've got a bit of traction with the impressions within Google. So total impressions, 249,000 impressions. But here I'm getting, as you can see here, over 4,000 daily impressions. So first thing you need is an impression. That's just either Google showing your video or your article, impressing it onto people's computer screens. Then they have to click and then open. But the first thing you need is impressions. So this is a good snapshot of how my blogs and or videos are being shown in Google. And then if I went into my YouTube analytics and I'm searching a good few years here. Now this is external traffic to YouTube, just showing how I'm being discovered pretty much in Google. So I create content for YouTube effectively to show up in Google, which is the biggest search platform in the world. So you can see here, the external traffic is Google search, and that's just going up and up. And this is dominating at like 300 searches a day at some of these points. So you can see very quickly that if I create one piece of content every week, I create it for YouTube, I repurpose it onto my blog post, and then I do repurpose it across socials, but that for me is a secondary focus. My main focus is Google and or YouTube. So lastly then, why is this so good for solopreneurs? If you are creating content and it's evergreen, it's organic, it's free to produce and it compounds over time, you're basically leveraging yourself. You're recording yourself, or you're creating an article that's going to stand the test of time. I like to think as my 200 or so videos on YouTube as my employees working for me 24/7, telling my message and offering support and help, ultimately adding value to my future subscriber or my future customer. And if you are a solo creator, you're likely going to be the person on camera. So this is going to build trust a lot quicker, and it's going to build authority. So it's going to enhance that relationship with your audience, your subscribers, and your future customers. And then lastly, then this business model works for you 24/7. So it creates flexibility and ultimately freedom. So I've created this business over the last few years, which has allowed me to travel across Europe for the last 4 months. And I could only do this by implementing this system and employing slow marketing in my business. But as you've stayed all the way to the end, like I said at the start of this video, I'm going to give you a free gift. I have an on-demand workshop that pulls back the curtain on my entire online business. This is just the slow marketing, the marketing system, but I have systems for every element of my online business. And you can get access today as an on-demand class. Head to timpeakman.com/workshop. It's a super actionable workshop. Make sure you got pen and paper ready and implement actionable items in that workshop today as I walk and talk you through how to earn your first $1,000 of online revenue. It's my online revenue workshop. That link once more, timpeakman.com/workshop. So there we have it. Hopefully this video has provided you with some real value, and I look forward to seeing you on the very next one.